In a shocking development, UK pensioners are grappling with unexpected tax bills that could hit their modest incomes hard. Many are completely unaware of this looming financial burden. If you or someone you know is a state pensioner with savings of as little as £3,000, brace yourself. A letter from HMRC demanding unexpected tax payments could arrive at any moment. This alarming situation arises from a combination of rising state pension payments and stagnant tax thresholds. When these two financial policies intersect, they create an untenable strain on retired Britons, who are already struggling to make ends meet. At the core of this issue is the personal allowance, the threshold of income that can be earned without incurring income tax. Currently, this figure stands at approximately £12,570. For many pensioners, their state pension and any small income from savings or private pensions have typically kept them below this threshold. However, the problem emerges from the fact that the personal allowance has remained frozen since 2021. Despite rising inflation and escalating costs of living, the government has opted not to increase this tax-free limit. Consequently, while basic living expenses, including the state pension itself, continue to rise, the amount one can earn before being taxed remains unchanged. Thanks to the triple lock system, the state pension is supposed to increase yearly in line with inflation, average earnings growth, or by 2.5%, whichever is highest. Although this generally benefits pensioners trying to cope with rising prices, it inadvertently leads to a new dilemma. More pensioners are now earning just enough to surpass the frozen personal allowance, forcing them to start paying taxes on their pension income. This situation is infuriating. Individuals who dedicated their lives to the workforce, contributing to the system, are now being penalized during their retirement years due to a mere technicality in tax thresholds. Financial policy analyst Shamin Lee has voiced serious concerns about this issue, warning that many older Britons are about to face an unwelcome surprise tax. According to Lee, these pensioners are not making more money in real terms but are caught in a trap created by the disparity between income growth and tax thresholds. If the personal allowance had been adjusted in line with inflation since its freeze, it would currently be around £15,500, an increase of £3,000 from the present amount. This discrepancy means that pensioners could be taxed on up to £3,000 of income that they previously enjoyed tax-free status on. To put this in perspective, at the basic 20% income tax rate, this could translate to an annual tax bill of around £600 for income that most pensioners never expected to be taxed on. For those pensioners working part-time or having side incomes, national insurance contributions could push the effective tax rate up to 28%. In a world where every penny counts, losing hundreds of pounds each year can drastically affect daily living. The frustration among pensioners is palpable. They feel like they're being unfairly targeted, used as convenient scapegoats to boost government revenue. As one commentator put it, many pensioners now feel like a cash cow being drained dry. The government's decision to freeze tax thresholds, coupled with policies that appear to quietly increase tax revenue without officially raising tax rates, has led to accusations of a stealth tax. Moreover, recent cuts to winter fuel payments have only added to the financial strain on the elderly. Some pensioners have seen their support reduced by as much as £300, coming at a particularly inopportune time when energy bills are still soaring. This financial crisis for pensioners is not merely a numbers game, it's also a growing political concern. There's a sentiment that the aging population of the UK is being disregarded in favour of short-term fiscal gains. While politicians discuss aiding working families and investing in future generations, there is a glaring lack of attention directed toward those who laid the groundwork for the present. Once a pensioner becomes ensnared in the tax system, the complexities of tax codes can be overwhelming. For individuals unfamiliar with these processes, the potential for costly mistakes is significant. Some may not even realize they owe money until penalties begin to accumulate, adding emotional stress to an already precarious financial situation. So, what does this mean for you or your loved ones who rely on a state pension? If their income is nearing the £12,570 personal allowance limit, they should prepare for a potential tax letter from HMRC. Additional income from private pensions, part-time work, or interest from savings increases the likelihood of being affected. The bottom line is awareness. Pensioners need to know what's coming. An unexpected tax bill could devastate those living on tight budgets, especially if they were caught off guard. Financial experts recommend that pensioners and their families regularly monitor income levels. Understanding where one stands in relation to the personal allowance is crucial to avoiding unwelcome surprises. If you find yourself close to that threshold, consulting a financial advisor or utilizing HMRC's online tools to better understand your situation may be wise. We are in the midst of a silent tax crisis that disproportionately impacts the most vulnerable segments of our society, our retirees. Whether this is an unfortunate consequence of outdated policies or a deliberate strategy to raise revenue, the outcomes are the same. More pensioners are paying higher taxes while receiving less in return. Calls are growing nationwide for the government to reassess these frozen thresholds and make necessary adjustments that reflect the current economic climate. Whether they will act on these demands remains uncertain.